let me just start off by saying fuck Angel Garcia. Fuck him. Fuck his family. Fuck his son. Fuck everything, around him. Those people who support him, fuck them too. Now, many of you are probably wondering, why am I saying fuck Angel Garcia? And I'm talking about Angel Garcia, the supposed boxing trainer. Angel Garcia made a statement, in the press conference, a week ago, or, a few days ago, or whatever. And I've only just picked it up because, like I said, I'm not really in YouTube constantly going around watching every single aspect of YouTube. I do have other things to do. But anyways, I came across this, this article and this big, massive commotion, which I saw a couple of my brothers have talked about, Town Biz and Ticket TV. I made a video about it. And one or two other people have talked about it. About AJ Garcia not, sort of freely using the N-word. Calling, just sort of talking so greasy and so freely as if he was like, I don't know what he was, I can't even explain in the sense that, he felt so comfortable in using that word without actually no recourse. And it's something that's always bothered me, not necessarily specifically of Angel Garcia, but just in the wider world in general. After something I haven't articulated, I haven't, discussed with a lot of people, but it's something I've sort of indicated over the last few years, where people who are, they feel comfortable if they're not, they give you this kind of excuse that, I grew up in the hood. I lived in a certain environment, so I used a certain word. Everybody was using that word. Hey, it is what it is. I grew up in the hood. I sold crack, blah, blah, blah. But you felt, if you're not melanated in the sense of being of a certain descent, you felt that, people who are darker than you can use that word, even though you're not part of that lineage. You felt that it was okay because you were actually in a rural environment or in an urban environment, whatever, because that's how everybody spoke. And that sentiment has always bothered me, not because I'm condoning the word or whatever. That doesn't the word itself. That's a totally different discussion, but for people who actually understand the connotation of that word over the years, for Angel Garcia to actually just use it in the way he felt comfortable in using it, okay, that's one thing. But when it's pointed out to him, this is my enragement. This is where my enragement comes out. When he was actually pointing out to him that actually, what are you doing? It is quite kind of racial that you felt so comfortable in saying that to Keith Thurman, just using it the way he used it. His justification was he grew up in the hood, and how can he be racist? And also the last bit that really got my blood boiling is the statement he made about he fucked a couple of black women, a couple of black girls. So that kind of made that's okay, because how can he be racist? He fucked a couple of black girls. I fucked a couple of black girls. How can I be racist? Hey, we use it all the time. I'm from Philly, y'all. I'm from, this is the one thing that people need to understand. If you think you're comfortable enough to use that kind of word, just because you grew up in the hood, that made it all right for you to use a word like that, and you don't understand the connotation of actually using it to another brother, even though you were not of that lineage. And then for you to justify because you fucked a couple of black girls, that sort of justifies you as a non-racial person. You cannot you can't call you racist at all because you fucked a couple. Fuck you, Angel Garcia. Fuck you. I should slap the fucking piss out of you. I don't give a fuck who your son is. I couldn't give a damn. You fucking say that shit. What the fuck do you think you're doing? And that's the thing people need to understand. People need to sort of see that you can't, it's not okay. Just because you grew up in the hood, you're comfortable, and people are giving him a pass because he grew up in the hood. He sold crack, so that's okay then. That's fine. This is the one thing that people just need to understand. If this is the way that Angel Garcia sees a black man, just because his son's a fighter, so it's okay to just use it like that. That's cool. If that's the way he sees it, that's the way he sees it in the world in general. And for him to actually come out and say, "Well, I can't be racist. How can I be racist?" I fucked a couple of black girls. You're way beyond crossing the line right there. And people need to sort of call him out on that shit because, you cannot, you can't get a pass, son. Because you lived in the hood, it's cool to sort of say shit like that. Really? And it just comes out to the wider world. Some of these people who they feel comfortable. They don't understand the lineage, the history. They don't get it. They come out here and they want to say whatever they want to say. People have that mentality. I grew up in this environment, so it's okay for me. Because I'm Puerto Rican. I mean, Angel Garcia claims that he's American. When it fucking suits him. But next week he'll be flying the fucking Puerto Rican flag. So who the fuck does he think he's fooling? People need to sort of look beyond this and say, look, this guy ain't with you. If brothers are thinking that this guy is, it sounds all good. These people steal your culture. They steal everything. They steal all this shit from you. And then they feel comfortable enough to come and just throw out a word just like that. Just, call you whatever they want to call you. And it's like, what? Well, I grew up in your hood, so this is how we talk. I'm from your hood. I'm one of you. They steal your fucking shit. They steal your identity. And then they claim, oh, well, I'm one of you. And that's the mindset of the society. People are so comfortable. I mean, I watch so many people on this shit. I don't say a lot, but I watch a lot of people on this shit. And Angel Garcia is a representative of a lot of people in your area, in your neighborhood, who don't look like you, who don't have the experiences you have, but they are happy to take what you have. They're happy to soak it all in. And then when it's comfortable, when it's the right time, they just throw it out there. They spit out how they feel about you. And then all of a sudden, when you actually call them out of it, they say, "Well, I'm talking to you, and you're black. I'm talking to you. Yeah, if I was racist, I wouldn't be talking to you." Like that makes it okay. Oh yeah, I fucked your sister. Your sister's black, isn't she? Yeah. So what's the problem? People need to wake up here. I don't say a lot, but trust me, people need to, people few things here. This is not something to play with. People who you think are with you, the mistake you make in your life is to think that people are with you, just because, oh yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he can't be like that. And then you find out he is like that. But he just keeps it on the low. Don't say shit. He thinks of you exactly the way you think he doesn't think about you. All these people, they're friendly in your face, shake your hand, give you hugs and all that. And then when your back's turned, they fucking do you like a bitch. They do you like a motherfucker. Angel Garcia is the epitome of what I cannot stand. He's the epitome because it's the falsehood. It's the disgusting, ability to capture, to try and steal or try and, you know, ingratiate themselves into your culture or your habitat or whatever, your own existence, and then pretend, you know, that he's you. You know, I'm for you, dog. What? I'm for you because he sounds like you, and you don't see it. Some of you motherfuckers better wake up. You think these guys, these people with you? They're not with you. So fuck Angel Garcia. Fuck him and everything he fucking associates himself with. Oh, fuck himself, man. Peace.